ESPN Plus Hockey Night at Sunrise, Florida, as they take on the Buffalo Sabres on ESPN Plus Hockey Night. And this game, pretty good. This was a pretty good game to watch, and I will say this for certainty: this was a little bit edgy one, but the Florida Panthers once again got the job done. As I can confidently tell you at this point, they're now officially the best team in the NHL, number one overall ranked. Kind of like the similarities of 2 seasons ago. Remember that season, 2021-2022 season, and that was with Jonathan Huberdeau. Now it's with Matthew Tkachuk. Paul Maurice, like last season, struggled just to coach this team. Now, with all the experience with the Florida Panthers system, he is fit. I believe he's fit just right in, and definitely fit better than he did last season. And all the words I said about Maurice, I totally take back. Fire him and shit like that. Bring back Andrew Burnett. But yeah, man, Bill Zito definitely saw something that we didn't. So we truly appreciate Bill Zito's work. And with this one right here, it's yet another victory. This is now, what is it, 2 straight? This was, I would like to say something out of 2. anyway. Last 10, 8 wins out of 8 to 2 in the last 10 games. Anyway. Alright, so it is Sergei Bobrovsky going up against, and there's a long one, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for the Buffalo Sabres. Alright, so in the first period, why isn't this working? It starts off with a Buffalo Sabre face-off win. Definitely some hits there. There were a couple of backhands and deflections that both missed into the left. Bobrovsky was getting with some stuff with the saves, so already some good ones. And then 6:44 into the first period, there was definitely some scuffle, definitely some beating up. Zach Benson holding Nick Cousins, and Dmitry Kulikov at the same time interferes with Zach Benson. This is literally right as both penalties happened simultaneously, and both players were beating the crap out of each other, as well as the whole scrum of players coming in together, and it became a 4-on-4. But then Florida hurts themselves more with the Brandon Montour hooking penalty against Tage Thompson. It became a 4-on-3 for like a minute, until eventually it became a Buffalo Sabre power play. And unfortunately, they would score on this power play, assisted by Owen Power. That's his 17th assist of the season. And Jordan Greenway, that's his 11th assist of the season. Off the slap shot is Dylan Cousins, his 12th goal of the season. It's a power play goal for Buffalo, and they draw first blood in Emirates Bank Arena. Matthew Tkachuk with a tip and misses to the left. We then get something off there a few minutes after that. A face-off win later, and we tie it up. Assisted by Montour, that's his 16th assist of the season. And Nick Cousins, that's his 5th assist of the season. Snapshot is Sam Bennett. Benny ties this game up, 1-1. So awesome goal there by Sam Bennett. And that just flown right by. That's flown right by the goalie, Buffalo, Luukkonen. Then Jacob Berry gets called for a high stick against Sam Bennett, and then Florida goes on a power play. Face-off win. Montour with the slash shot that was saved by Luukkonen. But Montour gets to the Verhaeghe, and the Verhaeghe gets to Matthew Tkachuk, and he does a wrist shot, Matthew Tkachuk, and he scores. Assisted by Montour, 17th assist. And Carter Verhaeghe, that's his 31st assist. Wrist shot, Chucky. Matthew Tkachuk with the go-ahead goal to make it 2-1 Florida off the wrist shot. And it's a power play goal. Another power play goal. 2-1 Florida now. As we don't say much about the rest of the first period, it's been mainly a goalie stops, saves. Now there was a roughing call on Matthew Tkachuk against Tage Thompson, and that looked like a rough one, and there's like a little scuffle, but he would go to the box for the remainder of the first period, and the second period would start off a Buffalo power play, and that would be killed off. Florida, and then in the second period alone, it was scoreless. It was a scoreless period. Florida was like a better team. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen would be trying to save the game for Buffalo as they are down a point. Florida just putting on some heavy pressure in there. Now Connor Clifton gets called for a high stick on Lo Serenen, and that looked like a brutal high stick, but thankfully it wasn't too serious. Lo Serenen, you definitely see the lips. Actually, not the lips. Underneath here, I know it's pretty disgusting, turning red. That looked like it hurt. That looked like it hurt. But this was only a 2-minute minor. Florida goes on a 2-minute minor penalty, and that penalty would be killed off. There was 2 shots on goal, but both of them were saved by Luukkonen with Kachuk's deflection and backhand as well. But no cigar. No cigar there. Then Rodriguez tries to shoot one, but that was saved by Luukkonen. And then a little bit and we're gonna skip ahead a little bit. 5 minutes later, there would be some fights. Yeah, like I said earlier, this game was edgy, and there's definitely some edge. Jordan Greenway roughs up Nick Cousins, gets a double minor for roughing against Nick Cousins. Not only he roughed up during the fight, but before that he roughed up by punching him in the face. It's like a cheap shot. It's like a cheap shot way to Nick Cousins, and Nick Cousins obviously retaliates, and everyone just came together and beat each other up right behind the net. So this would become a Florida power play. Initially, I thought it was a 4-on-3. I don't know why. Don't ask. But it is a regular power play for Florida, and that penalty was killed off. There was a shorthanded chance for Buffalo with Alex Touch with the backhand, but that was saved by Bobrovsky. Aaron Ekblad and Dmitry Kulikov tries to get one, but that was saved by Luukkonen. Well, Ekblad was the one in the power play. Kulikov, speaking of, gets called for a slash at Rasmus Dahlin. And Buffalo puts on a pressure during that power play with Tage Thompson, but both times being saved by Bobrovsky, and penalty was killed off. Montour with one more chance at the end of the second period with the slap shot. That was saved by Luukkonen. And we go to the third period. Still lead 2-1 in the game. Third period comes alone, and already a penalty against Florida. Mikkola gets called for a trip on Cousins, who had a first goal of the game earlier. So Buffalo goes on yet another power play. And during that power play, there was only two shots on goal during the power play. Dylan Cousins with the wrist shot that was saved by Bobrovsky, and JJ Peterka with the wrist shot that was saved by Bobrovsky as well. So Florida still put on the pressure against Luukkonen with Barkov and Verhaeghe with the wrist shot, both of them being saved as well. There are a lot of hits and a couple of chances from Buffalo, but that was saved by Bobrovsky. And then Zach Benson gets called for a trip against Mikkola. So with that, Benson did not like this call at all on the tripping. He got a little bit of case there, but then what is a bigger blow for Buffalo is off the bench. There was their coach. I can't remember the coach's name for Buffalo, but he was screaming. He was yelling at the officials about that call, and the bench. I think he was the one that got called for an unsportsmanlike conduct. That penalty would be served by Peter Ka, and it became a 5-on-3 for Florida. 5-on-3, and that pissed them off so much. That hurt them worse, because during the 5-on-3, this would hurt them worse because Florida would take advantage of that opportunity, and one snapshot off the defenseman is what's going to get us a 2-goal advantage. This is assisted by Reinhardt, a former Sabre. That's his 29th assist of the season, and Tkachuk's 46th assist of the season. Assisted Montour. Montour snaps it off in the middle, and he gets his 5th goal of the season, and Florida leads this one 3-1. It is a 5-on-3 goal. I think they count this as a power play goal. Let me double check. Yep, it is a power play goal technically. So that's awesome to see. Not good for Buffalo though. Then it would be, and for the rest, it would be an ordinary power play because one of them had to come out, and Barkov would try to get this, but that was saved by Luukkonen, and that penalty is killed off. Now Buffalo with one chance after the face-off with Rasmus Dahlin with the snapshot that was saved by Bobrovsky, and there was a deflection by Tage Thompson. This is assisted by Alex Tuch, that's his 23rd assist, and Rasmus Dahlin, that's his 30th assist of the season. Deflected goal is Tage Thompson, that's his 17th goal of the season, and we're only back up by 1 now after leading by 2. It's now 3-2 Florida Panthers. So then after that, Buffalo trying to get the momentum in, but they keep missing the net. Jordan Greenway with the wrist shot, he missed high wide to the right. Connor Clifton with the wrist shot, he missed to the left. And there was and then Josh gets blocked by Barkov. And then Buffalo calls this timeout to see whether or not they need to pull Luukkonen off. And I will say this: before that timeout, they were thinking of bringing him off the net for an empty net. So they're trying to come up with a plan to do so. And Florida's defense is so stubborn, and it's awesome to see that against Buffalo. Now, for the rest of the period, Luukkonen would not be able to leave at all. Florida was smart enough to hold them off into that spot for as long as they possibly could. Eventually, Luukkonen does come off the ice and replaced with another attacker. Unfortunately, though, there was already 20 seconds left. Thompson gets blocked by Tkachuk, and the clock ticks, and the clock runs out, and Florida wins again, winning 8 wins out of the last 10. Only losing twice in the last 10 games. One with Philadelphia and the one the other night against Carolina. But they done it again, and they did it at ESPN Plus Hockey Night, getting strictly all 2 points, and the other team does not get any points this time. So final score of this game 3-2. Florida outlasts and outmatched Buffalo, and this is a short comeback game because they were down a point and they never looked back. Now, when we look at the team stats, Florida definitely has shot more with 37-30. We definitely have a lot of hits, so that's what makes it a little bit more villainous. We definitely dominate in face-off wins by 15. We have 5 power play opportunities. We did shoot 2 of them. Buffalo had 1 power play goal, and that was with. Now, let me double check again. I forgot his name. Cousins. That was at the beginning of the game. So there's that. Total penalties Buffalo. Penalty minutes Buffalo. Now Buffalo did got more block shots, and they do have more takeaways, and Florida has more giveaways. But stars of the game though, Brandon Montour with 1 star. He has a goal and 2 assists. Matthew Tkachuk with 2 stars with 1 goal and an assist. And 3 stars goes to Bobrovsky, only giving up 2 goals. But he does have 28 saves with 9.933 save percentage. That's good enough for me. Awesome. It really is awesome. Florida Panthers' next game after this is going to be on Thursday against the Montreal Canadiens. And after that, it is the Detroit Red Wings at 3 o'clock. It was initially 7 o'clock, but they changed it to 3 o'clock for unknown reason. I thought they should have stayed at 7 o'clock, which is going to be tougher for me to watch 3 games at the same time. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, especially, well, I guess you're about to find out. But yeah, the next game is on Thursday, February 29th. And because this is a leap year, we have the extra day of the year, which is February 29th. Hopefully we actually win. That'll be awesome, right? But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, as always, let's go Panthers. Hit the like button, subscribe for content, because Miami TV, you guys are back. And when he does, he'll be right there with your favorite statement you deserve. This is Miami TV, sign off, folks. Good night, everybody.